Hi y'all! Hello guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Tarot readings from the heart. It's been a long time, I know. Jeez, oh my goodness. I know, what happened, you know what happened, don't you? You know, for you guys that watch, are my avid watchers, thank you for, sticking with me in the channel and everything. You know that back in November, I took 3 weeks off because I was kind of really ill with flu, sciatica and a dodgy foot. Oh man, it was tough. And you know the story of that because I let you guys know what was going down with me, why I hadn't been on the channel. And then I recorded some videos for that week and then I was off again. So I think when I counted it up, because we're nearing the 7th, and I think it was the 7th of November that I actually went off. And then I came back near, I think it might have been something like, I don't know, the 30th of November or something when I re-recorded something. And then I went off again around the 30th or the 7th of December, something like that in between those dates. And then I came back again and I said, okay, I'm going to be more consistent. I'm a lot better. And I was a lot better and I have been a lot better. Thank you, Lord, because it was a bad illness back in November. But then, obviously, you guys know that I had, because I was ill, I had this huge backlog of clients. I mean, loads of them. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. Especially on the year aheads. I mean, I had people ordering other readings, but also a lot of year aheads, because it's the time of year when you have a lot of people wanting to do their 12-month forecast, that type of thing. And don't get me wrong, my website has always been I'm very proud of what I've created with the website. I'm very proud of the fact that I've created a very successful business. I'm now branching into other areas and things like that. It's great. But I noticed that because I'd been ill as well. Sorry, that's my Alexa. Alexa, don't turn on. I'm not talking to you. I noticed because I'd been ill, I'd had a lot of clients, and then I had more clients coming in for the year ahead. So I think all in all, in around 2 months, because we're nearing the 7th anyway, and when this reading goes up, it's probably going to be around the 7th of January or something like that. So all in all, in around 2 months, I've only been on twice. Sorry, guys, I'm really sorry, but first it was illness, and then it was, it's taken me literally 2 months to get all of the year aheads and the other readings done and down. And I'm now comfortably at a position where I can finally come back onto YouTube and record. So I just really wanted to come and explain why I haven't been on, why I've not been consistent with the channel. It's because I've been really busy on the website. So yeah, I'm going to try and be more consistent. Now what I thought I would do today, guys, is I want to do a year ahead for each of the signs. So we're going to do the usual live spread, but I'm not going to focus on the full 5 to 7 areas. The private readings do 5 to 7 areas, okay? This reading is going to be vastly toned down. So we're just going to look at today for it's not even a year ahead, it's a 6 monthly reading that we're looking at, guys. So we're looking from January through to June, the end of June 2020. And all we're going to look at is the areas of love, career and finance. That's all we're going to look at in terms of what's coming in for the next 6 months for you guys. And then I'll do an update around the June time to look at what's coming in between June and the end of the year 2020, December 2020, okay? I'm also, instead of putting up a weekly this week, I'm going to put up a month ahead. So we're also going to look at, I know it's a little bit late, I know, but yeah, we're going to look from around January 7th through to February 7th, okay? So we're going to look, whatever time I know that this is going up, I'm going to put it from there. So we're going to look, we're going to look around January 7th or 8th through to February 7th or 8th. So we're going to do a monthly like that. And instead of having the 1st of Jan to the end of Jan, we're going to have a look at, Jan to, Feb, whatever the dates are, okay, that I start, all right? So that's what we're going to do. What time is it? 6 minutes in. Fast forward. If you don't want to hear my blarney, just fast forward, guys. You don't have to stick around. I've missed you anyway. I've missed all of you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in. And thank you to everyone who ordered a year ahead. It was phenomenal. 2 months of trying to get down on a whole heap of people. Ugh. Sometimes, I would start at 5 in the morning and then finish at probably 1 in the morning. 5 in the morning, I'd get up and then finish at 1 in the next morning. I was like, oh man, I can't. I was like this, but yeah, God saw me through it, and I'm so grateful. I love what I do, and I'm just really grateful for everybody who's supporting me, and all of you guys that have come for private readings and really made my dreams come true and my business a huge success. So thank you very much. All right, let's get on with the reading, guys. Enjoy the year ahead readings. And also sitting next door, you've got your January 7th or 8th through to the February 7th or 8th month ahead reading. As from next week, I'll be back onto the weeklies, but really I just wanted to kind of just say thank you and put out a couple of kind of biggest, largest readings out to you guys, all right? Love you guys loads. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your year, well, 6 monthly light. What am I saying? 6 month live spread. Sorry. Just looking from January through to June 2020, and simply at 3 areas, which is your love, what's happening in love, what's happening in career, and what's happening with your finance. Now we start off the reading with a spiritual message using the Quantum Tarot Oracle. Phenomenal deck. What can I say? Just incredible, brilliant. So we start off with that, and then we use the Lightseers Tarot. I've got 3 decks of this, so I use this one, the Lightseer, this particular deck for YouTube. I have a deck for clients, and I have a deck for my own personal study, tarot study. So we're going to use that for the main body of the reading. Then for your anchor. So the anchor cards are all made up of the majors. And we shuffle the 22 cards of the majors, and we take out for each of the areas of the live spread. And what the anchor cards tend to do, Aquarius, is they show the long-term effects of a situation that is displayed in this area here. Finally, we look at the advice from the Heal Yourself reading cards as well. Quite deep these are. Okay, that's it. Let's get shuffling, guys. Okay, Aquarius, so we've got our first 3 cards down. Let's have a look. Oh, right, you've got reversed energy, fear, reversed, which is good, actually, because it's this deck actually does use reversals. I've actually got where is it? I actually have the booklet for it. Here it is. I'm going to have a look at fear reversed. The energy of fear is reversed, which is, for me, this looks like coming out of that, which looks very good. Let's have a look at what they explain this to be, if I can get to the energy section. The only thing I would say is it's tricky knowing where the sections fall. There it is. So it's number 5. And reversed, what we have here in the booklet is receiving this card, reverse signals a potentially here we go, a potentially joyless time for you. Something is certainly weighing you down, and it's time to bring some happiness back into your life. You must just be in a negative rut, or there may be a difficult situation that you've been stuck in for some time. If you can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel, you need to remember that the light of your spirit is always within. If your work on a goal has turned into a miserable task, you must reevaluate things. So really, I'm not going to read too much because it will take forever to read that. But this is why it's wise sometimes to read a booklet with cards like this, because my interpretation, or the way that I felt immediately, was reversed. The energy was more about kind of coming out of that, but it's not. It's talking about it being an absolute, drudge. It's talking about being really weighed down by a situation, being really stuck. So the universe is saying that some of you Aquarians are feeling really weighed down and stuck by a situation. Let's have a look here. I feel that you need to turn to, you've got friends, family and guides, and it's the friends and the family are all in spirit. So these will be loved ones that have passed over. Now I don't do really, readings on passed over loved ones and stuff. It kind of spooks me out doing that type of thing, so I don't like to do it. But it does feel like that if you are feeling in a place where you're feeling really weighed down, really stuck, that type of thing, with the energy card reversed, it actually feels like it's saying that you need to turn to perhaps your spirit guides. Maybe if you've got someone who's passed over that was very close to you, maybe you could talk to them, that type of thing, with the family, friends and guides in spirit. Travel. Okay, so an event. So the event card of travel talks about movement, doesn't it? To me this looks like the event would be a shift. If I were to read this kind of as a coherent kind of message, even though that card will probably in the booklet talk about a literal event including travel, I feel that if you, with the fear card being reversed, so if you're being weighed down by something here, Aquarius, why not speak to maybe your spirit guides, maybe those loved ones who have passed over who can give you some form of guidance here. I feel that doing that will bring a shift with the travel card being events. I'm going to read this kind of like spiritually as well. It feels like this will create a shift movement. The movement with the travel card coming from that energy. So if you're feeling stuck, there'll be a shift. But what's bringing that shift? Maybe it's, you know, people that have passed over that you loved, or maybe it's your spirit guides. I feel that you really need to get in contact maybe with... I don't always advocate getting in contact with passed over loved ones. I don't know. It's always kind of... But then again, I do sometimes speak to my mum. My mum passed over years ago, and sometimes I speak to her, and she does appear to me in dreams when times are really tough, reassuring me and things like that. So, yeah. Maybe just kind of, you know, praying, or, you know... spirit guides, you know, God, that type of thing, speaking to God about stuff, that type of thing. Because I think that if you speak to those in spirit, God, guides, whatever you want to call it, it will create a shift. Even if it moves you out of that energy, it's going to help. So I would say that that is probably the spiritual advice showing here. I'm going to ask if there's anything else that the universe spirit wants you to know. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell Aquarius, universe? Is there anything else that you'd like to tell Aquarius in 1 to 2 cards? Right, it says that your intention is not solid enough. You seem, Aquarius, to go back and forth, intention, energy. Great gratitude. The consciousness needs, so you need to have a consciousness of you need to be thinking in terms of being grateful, because the consciousness area is all about the way that we think. So you need to start thinking with gratitude. All right, it feels like your intentions are back and forth though. So I think it's telling you to be aware of your intentions being back and forth. Be aware of kind of putting an intention out there and then not kind of backing it up by making, you know, by backing it up by, because you put an intention out there, right, and that's fine. But then you've got, for example, your intention might be to win the lottery. Well, if you don't buy the ticket, you're not going to win, are you? You don't stand a chance. So if you, and just an example, if you put an intention out there, Aquarius, I think the universe is saying you've really got to start backing it up, because some of you guys, this card to me just kind of smacks of things being very half-hearted. And I feel that the universe is saying beware of doing things half-heartedly. But also you've got to come with a consciousness of gratitude, okay? In the face of deception as well. You can see that this is funny how she's looking back over here. I've never seen this card pop out since I've been using it. All right, so it almost feels like your intentions are back and forth, so beware of that. If you're going to commit to something, you've got to commit wholeheartedly. You also need to be thinking with a, you also need to be thinking quite positively. You need to be very grateful for what you've got. So you need to think with a mindset of positivity and with a mindset of gratefulness, because gratitude is one of the best things that you can feel. You know, no matter what it is that you have, if you're grateful for what you've had, it can literally move mountains. Even in the face of a situation that turns out not to be an illusion, for example, because the event is deception. So even in the face of it, you know, something that turns out not to be how you want it to be, perhaps we still need to feel a sense of gratitude in that. For example, with her looking towards the deception place. All right. That's your spiritual reading. Sorry, guys. I was a little bit, I think I was a little bit up and down there. I didn't mean to be at all. I was just kind of trying to kind of think about these cards together. She just kind of threw me the way that she's been looking back at this energy here. It's interesting because she looks like she's looking back at someone, funnily enough. Yeah, it's really weird because you can see on this deception card, this lady doesn't like it here. She doesn't like the fact that she's being deceived. There's gossip here. Can you see? Gossip going on and she doesn't like it. But it's almost like you've still got to... It feels like when I look at these two cards intuitively together, Aquarius, it almost feels like you've still got to have... You've still got to show love even for those who probably want to deceive you. That's how it feels. I think this is something completely separate. I think that the back and forthness in terms of your intention area, you need to commit to stuff. So if you say that you're going to do it, then do it. If you say that you're going to do something, Aquarius, with the back and forth card, then you should really stick to it. You should really do it. And for those who probably want to deceive and lie and gossip, you should still feel a sense of, and actually, you know what it makes me feel? You should be grateful for that, because I think it's teaching you. I think there's something about this teaching. And I'm going to ask why you should kind of be grateful for those who deceive. Because I actually feel that this is something to do with a lesson. You're learning a lesson. They always say that, you know, it's important to experience the things that we don't like because it will teach us about what we do want. So why should Aquarius look at this situation? Why should Aquarius be looking at situations For example, like deception with a sense of gratitude. Why should they do that in 1 to 2 cards? Okay, so it says something about, and this came up, hang on a minute, is this all reversed? It is, you got 2 reversals. Okay, it's saying it's because the angels of the 4 directions, so spirit reversed, and commitment events, commitment reversed. Let's have a look at those in the booklet. Wow, okay. So let's have a look at what they say as well. So it's because of spirit reversed. So angels of the 4 directions, let's have a look at the reversal of that. It's because this card reverse brings you the magnificent power of archangels Michael and Gabriel. Archangel Michael, the Archangel of the South, can touch your life with strength and stability. You may be experiencing a situation in which you've been feeling a loss of power, and that would make sense that if you're dealing with people who are quite deceptive around you, we do tend to feel powerlessness. And yet the universe is telling you to, it's almost like turn the other cheek with the gratitude card looking towards the event of deception. So it almost feels like, we'll pull these up, and it almost feels like you need to, you know, in times of feeling that people are kind of deceiving you or gossiping about you or something like that, Aquarius, you still need to approach the situation with a sense of kind of turning the other cheek. It's almost like you should be grateful for this energy here. You should, because she's looking back here. You know, this woman here is not happy about it. This lady's looking back. It's almost like you need to approach this situation with a sense of gratitude. And it's because the angels of the 4 directions reverse. It's because if you are experiencing this type of situation, okay, this angel or the Archangel Michael, the Archangel of the South, can touch your life with strength and stability. And it said, as I've mentioned, you may be experiencing a situation in which you've been feeling a loss of power, but now is the time to turn that around. So call on Michael to help you deal with any feelings of insecurity, whether physical, personal or financial, which is nice because it would make sense. It would make sense that, can you see this? It would make sense that this type of scenario would make one feel insecure. But I feel that you need to approach this with gratitude, because I feel that this is going to give you a chance here to call on your angels who can help you to try and resolve such a situation. So there's no need to get really down about it, because you do have spiritual support there. All right. And as it mentioned, you can call on Michael to help you deal with feelings of insecurity, whether physical, personal or financial. This is a time of major shifts. Believe in yourself and take action on your own behalf. Michael will infuse you with the strength you need to rise. Okay. So this is what I'm saying to you. I feel that if you encounter such a situation as this, Aquarius, approaching this with an air of gratitude, saying thank, and in a way, it kind of makes me think that the universe is also saying that if you should come upon a situation like this, approach it with an air of gratitude, because not only is it telling you the type of people that you don't want to be around with this energy here, I think that it's also telling you that you're to be grateful that people show you who they are, so you know where you stand. And it has so many benefits. You know, it's difficult for anyone finding out that somebody's deceived them, or finding out that somebody's been gossiping about them, or finding out that somebody's not an honest individual. It's difficult for anyone. But I always feel that it's a really good thing when we can see where we stand and we can see who people are. So I think that when I look at these 2 cards, it's almost saying to me, Aquarius, that, you know, if you have to face something like a deception, at least if you can approach this with an air of gratitude, at least you can kind of feel grateful for knowing where you stand, if that makes any sense in the situation here. Also, there was something about commitment. So the event is commitment, and that is reversed as well. Let's have a quick look and see what that one was about. Events. So we've got number 5. I think that's number 3, sorry. Number 3. Let's have a look at what it says about that event reversed. So this card reverse represents some sort of breakup or release of a commitment. This may refer to a present love situation, or it could represent a hope to a relationship that is being delayed or redirected completely. This card could also apply to, so deception, breakup here, okay? And it's really weird because I think that these 2 match up together. So I feel that the commitment reversed and the deception card together, it's really and they're both events actually, aren't they? Can you see that? They're both events. So what we've got is an event that, I'm not saying that you're going to experience it, but I think that what the angels want to tell you is that if you should experience an event whereby you have a relationship breakup, or somebody lets you down in a relationship because they've been deceptive, you need to kind of approach that situation with grace and gratitude, because not only do you have the assistance of the angel Michael, Archangel Michael, to help you to make that move, make that shift, but also it's great, I think, to know exactly who it is that you're with. Some people, I think, in life, Aquarius, live under a rock. So some people in life live under an illusion that their relationship is great or that the person is great. And some people don't live under an illusion, and they know that somebody's not that great, but they carry up with the facade because it's easy, because they don't want to be on their own, that type of thing. But I feel that if you do have, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, somebody who's not being honest with you, with the commitment card reversed and deception, if you have somebody who's not being honest with you in a relationship, not only do you have angelic support, but also this is allowing you to see things for what they truly are. And I think that, to be perfectly honest with you, if you know, in any situation that doesn't turn out to be the way that we want it to be, Aquarius, there's always an upside, there's always a benefit. And I think that looking at those cards, it's almost saying you need to be grateful for the experience. And this is what I was saying to you, that I felt that it was lending itself to learning lessons. So things that don't work out, people that betray us, people that we have, you know, put our faith in betraying us. Not only does it give us a chance to connect more with God and our angels, but also it allows us to know exactly what we don't want. It also allows us to be grateful for the lesson. It doesn't feel like a lesson at the time, but in time you'll see it was a lesson. It's better to live in the light than to live in the dark. So you need to be grateful, I think, with these energies here. The lesson is that you need to really be grateful for whether good things that are good, but also things that are not so good as well. Because it's the things that are not so good that really teach us exactly what it is that we want going forward. And I would rather know whether somebody was good rather than live in a fantasy that they were and they weren't. So I think it has really good qualities, that energy there. Also, finally, if you are feeling very weighed down, again, you know, approach God, speak to your spirit guide, speak to, you know, family maybe that have passed over. I do that with my mum sometimes. I feel that there will be a major shift if you can do that. Also, finally, I feel that if you have an intention as well, there's several messages here really, Aquarius. If you have an intention this year, I would say that the universe is telling you, be committed, because some of you guys, you have intentions, but you're 50-50 about those. Oh, I've got an intention to lose weight. I've got an intention to get to the gym more. I've got an intention to eat more healthy. I've got an intention to give up smoking or drink. But that back and forth card reminds me of somebody who is back and forth. They do things half-heartedly. The universe is saying that your intentions are back and forth. So really, this is a year for committing to those intentions. If you're going to intend to do something, make sure that you see it through. All right, my darlings, that is your spirit message. I hope you could see the cards properly. I don't think that those ones were that clear. I hope they were. Anyway, okay, I'm going to come back with your live spread, so please just bear with me. Okay, Aquarius, so we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at what we see going on for you guys. I've got my coffee. It's early morning. It's like 6:30 in the morning when I'm starting, so pardon me if you hear me stopping a little bit of coffee here. What's going on around love? Right, you get the Magician energy showing here. So the Magician energy, when it comes to love, it can represent a person. If it represents a person, then the Magician is actually a very dynamic, very charismatic type of an individual. Sometimes the Magician can be a little bit of a manipulator, I won't lie, even in the upright. Sometimes they can embellish the truth. They've got a really good way of communicating as well. So if it represents a person, expect this person to be extraordinarily dynamic and charismatic and exciting, and they've got a way with words and that type of thing. The Magician can also mean that something manifests really quickly. So it could be that, you know, you get off a train tomorrow and suddenly bang, smack in your face is the love of your life. It just comes out of nowhere. It's a card that represents the kind of unexpected, if you like. It's a manifestation of something that you've always wanted as well. This is also Mercury based, so it rules Mercury, and Mercury is the you know, the planet of communication as well. So this could also be communication between lovers as well with the Magician energy. But also the Magician can be someone who puts up an illusion as well. Let's have a look at what you're experiencing underneath the Magician. Well, there's definitely communication showing here. So I feel that what you're experiencing underneath this Magician energy, and I feel the Magician is an attraction really, because Magician also talks about that spark that you feel with another individual. So I get the impression, Aquarius, that over the next 6 months, the energy around your love life is one of magic and attraction to another individual, and it feels really special with the Magician. Now what you're experiencing is this is concerning some communication that you're having with someone, because the Page of Swords is communication. All right, so this could be, for example, an online chat that you're having with someone. You know, you're communicating with someone online, over the airways, that type of thing. So there's some communication here going on. The Page of Swords, when it comes to love, can mean that you are developing a relationship with someone through communication. What else is there showing up here? However, I feel that this is a very fleeting thing, because in terms of timing, the Magician is very, very quick as well. It's like a quick, you know, a quick attraction, like boom, wow. But you're developed underneath that Magician energy. What you're experiencing is the Page of Swords energy, and I believe that this is communication. So you're developing a relationship with someone through communication. But it feels that, unfortunately, with the Five of Cups, that there is some disappointment or loss. You might also be communicating maybe about something that you've lost, maybe. Let's have a look at what the next card is. Okay, this is the person here, Aquarius. It's a King of Coins. Okay, right. So it depends, because you've got this guy sitting on the end here, and the energy coming in is one of attraction. I believe that this is attraction with the Magician. One of that kind of having a spark. I see you guys having a spark with someone. There's some magic coming in. You're communicating, Page of Swords energy. I feel that you're communicating something about your feelings. I think that this is you talking honestly and openly about maybe some feelings, sad feelings, loss that you've experienced with this person here. I don't think it's about this person. I think it's with this person. I'm probably going to clarify that Five of Cups and King of Pentacles, because I don't know whether you're communicating, you know, because the Page of Swords is also about communicating honestly and openly as well. It's a truth teller. So some of you guys might be communicating openly and honestly about someone that you've lost. It might be to this person or about this person. Let's have a look at, first of all, let's have a look at where this is leading to. Well, it's nice, Justice. It could be leading to marriage down the line, perhaps. You know, because the Justice card is a marriage card. It's a card that says it's leading to some form of resolution. For some of you guys, this might be leading to, when we look at Justice, maybe you guys being able to resolve something for yourself. I'm going to just see who is this King of Coins? I'm going to ask the cards. I'm going to get out a clarifier. I'll tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my Morgan Greer clarifier deck on this. This is one that I use for my clients, but we're going to use it. Let's have a look. We are going to use it for, I want to ask what it means by the five. Does it mean that you're communicating to this person about someone that you've lost? Or are you communicating about them? Actually, we're just going to ask, because we know that there's communication here, and it's about this Five of Cups, some deep sadness that you've been feeling. I'm wondering if it's concerning this person or it's to this person. Is Aquarius communicating to a new person about someone that they've lost, or are they communicating to someone about someone that they've lost? Is this King of Coins the person that they're communicating their feelings to, or are they communicating about the King of Coins? Show me in 2 cards. Just magnify the Five of Cups and the King of Coins area for me, please, in 2 cards for Aquarius. Right, you've got him again. There he is. See, he showed up again. King of Pentacles. No, I feel that you're communicating to him because this is a new relationship. So I asked, are you communicating to this person or about this person? And it came back and it said, Carol, we are communicating to the King of Pentacles. It's a new relationship. It's a new relationship that you're in here. All right. Yeah, and there you go. Another card, the same card again. Page of Swords. Page of Swords, communication. Communication. So I think that this is the person that you're talking to. I think that this is the person that you're talking to. You might be communicating to this guy that you want to nurture the relationship slowly. Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins is to move things slowly. The Empress is nurturing. The Page of Swords is to communicate. And this is somebody who's new. So it feels like it's saying that you're communicating to this King of Coins with that Ace of Wands there. Because this King of Coins and that Ace of Wands, this is somebody new. So it's saying, Carol, we mean that this is a new person. King of Coins, it said, Carol, we mean the King of Coins and the Ace of Wands energy. It's all about a new relationship with this person. And what Aquarius is doing is they're communicating about how they would like to nurture the relationship slowly, probably because you've been hurt. And I feel that in the long run, this is going to lead to something that is balanced, a relationship that is balanced. Because it feels in this area here, Aquarius, what you want to do is that you want to take something slowly with this person, and in order to do that you need to communicate open and honestly about maybe a previous relationship that you got hurt in. I'm just going to ask who this previous relationship was with. Who was this previous relationship with? Who was this previous relationship with? Who was this previous relationship with? 1 to 2 cards. Right, so 5 of Wands. It was with the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands as a zodiac sign is 2nd decan in Leo. So probably a Leo individual, because elementally, obviously this is fire, but in terms of zodiac wise, each of these cards has an elemental association, but also it's got what we call decans. And this decan here, this is 2nd decan in, first decan, I do apologise, first decan in Aries. Sorry, not in Aries. Aries is the first one. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th decan is, so 2, 3, 4 of Wands is Aries, and then 5, 6, 7 of Wands would be Leo. So this could be a Leo individual here. The 5 of Wands energy showing here, a Leo person, okay? So I feel that you had a Leo person with that 9 of Cups and the Fool energy. They didn't really give a shit. They were just out for fun, because you've got the 9 of Cups and the Fool. This is somebody who really just loves and indulges in luxury and fun. Can you see the 9 of Cups? This is the type of person that likes to have fun, and the Fool energy likes to indulge in that. He loves to have fun, the Fool does. The Devil may care. So I think this might be for some of you guys. It could have been a Leo person here who wasn't particularly committed. They just wanted to have some fun. And I think that what will happen in love is you seem to be communicating openly with that Page of Swords about how hurt you were by someone to this King of Coins. And I think it's leading to not only your relationship starting off on a really kind of solid foot, where you're starting to it almost feels like you're clearing so much baggage out that in terms of this relationship you're developing it in a far more healthy way, because the Justice card can also mean resolution. So not only is it your relationship with this person, because Aquarius, this King of Pentacles, this is somebody who is new and dynamic. This is why you're experiencing, I think, with this Magician, a very magical time in a relationship, because you have this new person in your life, and it feels like you can just talk honestly and openly about wanting to nurture the relationship with them in a really slow way, just like building it up slowly and surely, because you were hurt by someone in the past probably that took the piss, basically, and you just don't want to rush into that. But I think that it works out that where it's going in the long term is to justice. It's going, it's going to work out very well in the long term. In the long term, it could lead to marriage, but also on a personal level for you, Aquarius, it's leading to you getting rid of a few demons as well, settling a few demons, resolving a few internal issues. So I think this is a very nice reading showing here. Let's have a look at what's going on in career. Well, you got an Empress card again. So the Empress in career can represent that, your career is going to go from strength to strength, because the Empress represents more abundance, more money. It represents to be promoted in a job. It represents expansion and growth within your career with the Empress energy. Some of you guys might be setting up a new creative endeavor with that Empress energy. What are you experiencing around that Empress energy? Well, there you go. Nine of Coins. Financial gain is the Nine of Coins energy, but also feeling a sense of security as well. Let's have a look at the next one. The Two of Wands. There's a lot of safety here. So you're very secure. You're in a safe space here with the Two of Wands energy, because the Two of Wands can mean this has all sorts of connotations. Number one, if you look at her, she's not even looking to go outside of the window, is she? She's sat in a very safe place. And the Nine of Coins is financial security from a very safe place. So financial gain. So this looks to me like it could be a promotion for some of you guys. This looks to me as well that some of you guys could be working on your own business from home as well. What's the next card showing up here? Yeah, I mean, some of you guys definitely staying put, because the Nine of Wands means to be staying put. Nine of Wands can also mean that you are on the verge of a change though as well. All right. I feel there's several things here with this spread. Number one, the energy coming in is the Empress. So this is growth and expansion. What you're experiencing underneath this umbrella of the Empress is the Nine of Coins. So that would be probably more money, financial gain. And you've got the Two of Wands energy showing here. You might be waiting for some plans to come to fruition as well, for some of you guys with the Two of Wands. But you could also have maybe doubled up those as a combination and said, well, Aquarius is experienced gaining money from a safe place. They're not necessarily going into a new job, but you might be gaining more money, getting a raise, for example, with the Nine of Coins, or maybe you're gaining a new position, but it will be from the same place, for example. And the Nine of Wands could also say, you're not moving, you're doing it from the same place. So some of you guys, it looks like you could be a promotion, you're being promoted in the same job. For some of you guys, it's a new creative endeavor is the energy around your work. What you're experiencing is the Nine of Coins energy showing here. And the Nine of Coins, again, seeing you, financially wise, this would be financial growth with that Empress and the Nine of Coins. So you're growing your finances here with the Nine of Coins. You're earning more money through maybe a new creative business here. The Two of Wands energy, it's interesting because it feels like you are... Some of you guys doing it from your home. Some of you guys, though, you're kind of waiting to do, to set some new plans into motion. So you're making money through this creative endeavour. But with the Two of Wands energy, I think that you're making some more plans as well to move forward with this endeavour. And I feel that with the Nine of Wands, by the end of the 6 months, you'll be on the verge of kind of putting those new ideas into action as well. What is the long-term outcome for this, Aquarius? You got the Empress again. There it is, through another deck. There's your, look, you had an Empress here and you've got an Empress here. There's definitely growth and expansion in your career long term. So some of you guys, if you've got some form of I think if you've got a promotion in your job, don't expect to stay there, because you're going to rise higher with the Empress energy here. Okay, if you are running your own business, this is the new creative endeavor with the Empress energy, and you're earning money from this. You're seeing financial success with that Nine of Coins energy showing here. You're making more plans for the future, not ready to go just yet, but making more plans, and you're on the verge of doing something. Something is on the verge of kind of taking off with that Nine of Wands energy, because this is nearing completion. So the new plans that you're setting here, nearly coming to fruition by the end of the 6 months. Going forward with the Empress energy, we've got growth with that, we've got expansion with that. This is an excellent reading. So I just feel that whether you run your own business or whether you work for somebody else, there's definitely the next 6 months is seeing a lot of growth and expansion in terms of your career, which is lovely. Finally, your finances. What are you experiencing around those? Okay, Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is a funny little card, because it could be that there's a resolution or a resolving of a situation with the Four of Swords energy. Could be sometimes with the Four of Swords, it's not time to take a risk. You've got to there's no time to act or to do anything too risky. But also this is for me the card of just, things are okay. There's nothing really moving or shaking. Let's have a look at what you're experiencing underneath that. Well, this could be a partnership or an agreement in terms of, now the Lovers would be for me a partnership or agreement concerning your finances. All right, with the Lovers energy showing here. Let's have a look at the next one, or a decision it could be. All right, so you're definitely saving money with the Four of Coins energy. And it's funny, you've got two fours here. So when you get multiple fours in a reading, you're starting to build something, but there's more work to be done. All right. So I just feel that here, looking at those 2 fours, what's happening around your finances is that you're starting to do something new with the finances, but there's more to be done. There's more to be done going forward, okay? So you're starting to lay some new plans concerning the finances. I think you make a decision to save money, all right, with this Lovers and the 4 of Coins. But also it could be that a partnership leads to you gaining money, because the 4 of Pentacles can actually be gaining money as well. But on this deck, if you look at what she's doing here, she's holding on to her purse. She's not spending. She's not giving anything away. She's being really careful with her finances. So I actually feel that you're making a decision to save money this year, Aquarius. Let's have a look at the next card here, showing up here. The Emperor. You're probably saving money, and you've got 3 fours in the reading, haven't you? So there's definitely something that is being planned in terms of the finances, something that you're building concerning your finances this year. I think personally, I mean, you've got the Emperor. So the Emperor for me is all about, this can also be boundaries as well. All right, so we could read this maybe a couple of ways. You've got 3 fours, which indicates in the reading that you guys are kind of starting to build some new foundation concerning your finances, but there is more work that needs to be done. All right, so this isn't something that is just being done for 2020. This is something that you are building for a lifetime. Some of you guys, it could be a pension scheme, for example, that type of thing. You are investing probably in a new pension scheme, that type of thing. You know, so you're building this nest egg as well. And for me, this looks like a nest egg, doesn't it? It kind of looks like she's nesting. So the energy is off with the 4 of Swords energy showing here. I think it's just kind of making these plans for the future, and kind of, it feels like you're doing something around a nest egg with that 4 of Swords energy. But I feel that there is some, the energy around your money situation, it looks very calm to me, and it looks very considered with the 4 of Swords energy. I don't get any negative energy with that 4 of Swords energy. I just get also, because the 4 of Swords is the card of contemplation, there's a lot of thinking and contemplating when it comes to your finances in the first half of 2020. We've got underneath is what you're experiencing is the Lovers energy. You might be making, there might be an agreement to save money here. It might be in terms of the Emperor, this is in the workplace, so this might be something to do with your pension scheme, for example. But it could also be that you're making a decision that you're going to save money with the 4 of Pentacles energy. Now, the Emperor isn't really a spender. He's more, the Empress, his wife, is the spender. He's more frugal, and often what he'll try and do, because he's like square and she's like round, okay, so she tends to like to, you know, she tends to like luxuries and things. He tends to be more frugal and careful. It might be here that you make a decision that you're going to save money. For some of you guys with that Emperor energy, you may be reining in on your spending, because this is the card of limitations also and boundaries. So with that Emperor energy, you might be reining in spending, all right? Because he would rein in her often. I know it's sexist, but he would often rein in her spending, because he'd say, do you need this? Because he's more, you know, he's more, you know, it's not that he's more intelligent, he's just more practically, he thinks more practically. So it feels here to me that what we're seeing is, money looks good because the 4 of Swords. There aren't any major changes, I wouldn't say. I would say that you're definitely planning for the future with these 3 fours in the reading. I would definitely say that some of you guys, you could be agreement to save, so agreement to save, saving agreements here with the Emperor, which could be your business, for example, your you know, the establishment that you work in, or it could be with an establishment, for example, because Emperors are establishments. So it might be that you're, you know, you're doing something new with the pension pot maybe in work, or it could be something like you are you're saving money with a company, basically, you know, like a pension company, pension scheme, that type of thing. But it could also be that you are making a decision to save money, possibly, you know, putting those boundaries up. So you might be looking this year to draw back a little bit on your expenditure, probably because you feel it's necessary to start start saving money. You might also be making a decision to save money. Maybe it's for something big. Maybe it's so you can start, you know, building work, because this is the builder as well. So maybe you're saving money in order to start building something, whether that be a kitchen extension, or whether it's to start, you know, it's to start doing some building work on the living room or the bathroom or something like that. So it just feels like you're planning something here in the next 6 months concerning money, but it's going to require you to save money, conserve money rather than spend it. What's the long-term outcome from that? Well, what do you know? You've got another Emperor. That's incredible. So you had an Empress here and an Empress here, and you've got an Emperor here and an Emperor here. That's incredible. Definitely seeing you, you know, the long-term outcome with an Emperor for money would be stability and security. So in the long term, you're finding yourself being much more stable and safe and secure with that Emperor energy showing here, which is a really nice thing. A lot of you guys, it will be probably something to do with your pensions, that type of thing. Okay, but definitely looking to save money as well for some of you guys, putting boundaries on your spending, and in the long term, if you do that with the Emperor energy, you're starting to build a nice little nest egg up. So it's almost like you're building this lovely little nest egg up going forward. So it's definitely a year for you guys to focus on, the next 6 months at least, on your finances and you know, doing the right thing by those. Excuse me. What is the advice that you have then for the year, for the next 6 months? Sorry, Aquarius. Victim consciousness is what they want you to know about. That's interesting. Shall we get the book on that and have a look at what they have to say about that? I always have to go to the book on this particular deck. And you know what we didn't? Did we do a spiritual reading? We did do a. Did we do a spiritual reading? We didn't do a spiritual reading, did we? We didn't do a spiritual reading. Did I do? I don't remember what I did a spiritual. I didn't do a spiritual reading, did I? Okay, I'm going to do your spiritual reading in a minute. I do apologise. For some reason, it went out of my head. It's probably because it's very early. That is incredible that I didn't do a spiritual reading. I'm going to come back with your spiritual reading. I'll probably put the spiritual reading first, though. Let's have a look. Number 12. Let's have a look. So, 12. Victim consciousness. So it's easy to think that life is unfair and point a finger at others. If you hear yourself saying, life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me, I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you are losing your power. Nourishing your victim aspect and ascertaining your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self-worth and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. So where could this fit in? You know, it's interesting. I don't really feel that this could be something standalone for someone that's watching this. I mean, I certainly feel that the only place that you kind of, you know, stay beyond your, beyond your border, stay within your borders is the Two of Wands. But that's going to come to an end, all right? Because it could also be here. Perhaps this could allude maybe somewhere here that the energy around your work is to do with expansion and growth of the Empress. And underneath that, you're experiencing money. So you're seeing that you're getting more money. You're earning more money, for example, within your business or your job. But with the Two of Wands, it could be that you're still kind of doing it from the safety of a very familiar environment here. And looking out the window, it looks to me like even though you've got a really good job or you're earning really good money, it feels like you almost say to yourself, with this Two of Wands looking outwards, I could do more though. I feel that if you feel that with the Nine of Wands energy, then it will come to fruition, all right? That a cycle is going to complete itself off that Two of Wands, which is why the overall outcome is, going forward, there is expansion, growth and movement with that Empress energy showing here. So if you are feeling the victim consciousness energy, especially to do with kind of, but I don't even think that. I don't see anywhere here that there's a victim consciousness. But I think if you're feeling a little bit of a fear to move out of what is the known because you're earning good money around it and that type of thing, I actually feel that, you know, it would be a good time over the next 6 months to really consider, well, what is it that I need to develop now? Where is it that I could be going to? What is my life purpose, or what is the next step for me, okay? Some of you guys might be afraid to come out of a comfort zone because you earn good money. That's all I would say here. And the victim consciousness card would probably come up and say, well, you know, I've taken all this time to get this job. I'm doing really well. If I go out of it, then maybe it won't work out, that type of thing. It's more negative thinking. I would say around the working area, you've got so much potential, Aquarius, so much. So if there's any fear about moving out of a particular space that you're in because you're in good money, but you really have this desire to do more, which the Two of Wands can certainly be, then I think that it's a really good idea to perhaps explore that this year. All right, guys, that's your reading. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. Remember, you've got your month ahead sitting next door, so please enjoy that. And if you'd like to order any readings on the website, just go to the website, click on the comment section, and you'll see my link there. All right, take care, my lovelies. Take care. Bye-bye.